Go for it.
Hello, everyone. We're the Continuity Crew. I'm
You
Will.
don't have a hat.
Oh my God, it's on the floor.
Oh no, he's exposed.
I broke the continuity.
His head is exposed.
Start over. Start over. Hurry before it's on camera. Hello, everyone. We're the Continuity Crew. I'm Will. That's Win. And today we've got another big feature film podcast.
But
Later
is it
this
big though.
That's a good question. Later this week, I'd say we have the bigger movie bets for streaming junkies, which is going to be Space Jam. So make sure you subscribe to check that out. But today we have Escape Room Tournament of Champions.
They even said it in the movie.
They said it in the movie. They said the titular line as it's called. But
The titular line.
bringing back two characters from the first one, because since this is a sequel, I don't think I'm going to waste any time giving backstory, because literally you missed it like the first few minutes of the movie, but literally they give like previously on. They didn't say that.
I figured that was gonna
They
happen.
didn't say it, but like literally they played out the entire first movie.
Yeah.
But it brings back Taylor Russell as Zoe Davis and Logan Miller as Ben Miller, and someone else later in the movie that's revealed, but we'll talk about that later.
It's a chick from.
Spoilers. You can't
If you
just
don't
say
see
chick.
it,
Well, yeah.
it didn't happen.
If you don't see it. But it follows our two winners from the last movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they're wanting evidence, essentially. And of course, as the title of the movie, you wouldn't even have to watch any trailers. It's Tournament of Champions. We have other winners from these other games that have happened, I guess, around the world. And they all come to the same place in New York that was kind of teased in the first one. And they get put back into the game. And it follows them and pretty much plays similarly to the first one. They're in an escape room. People die.
If you don't know what an escape room is, it's basically like a puzzle room, and you have to figure out how to get out, or basically how to beat a certain time. In real life, that's all you do. You just beat a certain time. You just have to put the puzzles together. Some of them are really hard, some of them are not. But in this movie, they take it up a notch where
you
basically
could die.
Yeah, and billionaires, for some reason, they
get off to it, essentially.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's so like the whole setup for the escape rooms are so like intricate and confusing and complex.
Yeah.
It's just so it doesn't make sense for them to make or to put in that much money.
Just like,
but whatever.
I don't know. So I think they should have just left this a mystery. I kind of happy they made a sequel, because it wasn't half bad, like for the review side of it. This movie wasn't half bad. It pretty much followed the same structure as the last one. Twisty turns, escape rooms. It was cool. And the traps, I will say, are escape rooms, I would say aren't as good.
No. This one was way quicker. Well,
they also like played with this hologram type stuff, which they kind of did in the first one, but not as heavily as they did in this. So I think
I feel like the one in the first one was a little more grounded.
Yes.
Where it didn't seem like it was futuristic. It was just a bunch of people just want to hack. Don't worry about that.
Something. I think the first one almost felt a little low budget in a sense, and it felt more fun and like grounded, like you said. And I'd say that's just right off the bat, like the first one was better.
Yeah, the first one definitely felt a little more. You can definitely attach yourself to it, just because it's not like it feels like it's present time, and you don't really get the opportunity to think about sci-fi shit. It's just basically just right there. It's presented to you. You're in like a room. It's big room, I guess. Because damn, these like sets are big.
Mm-hmm. So, and it's also like, so the first one was only 10 minutes longer, but like this one felt rushed, not necessarily in a bad way. It felt quick.
The pacing was fast.
Yes, it was, and also not a bad thing, I would say. The pacing wasn't weird. It was just really, really quick. It's
a bad thing. It honestly is. I like the whole time, all I could think of was, okay, we need some time to breathe.
Yes. Oh,
Because, like,
no.
in between scenes, because, like, there would be times when it's like, okay, yeah, this character definitely needs to breathe just for a second.
Yes.
And some of these characters definitely need to just collect themselves
They
and not
even
just.
said that in the movie, too.
What?
Like, oh, can we take, I don't, yeah, you had to have been in there by then. They're like, can we just take a second? Like, somebody just died. And, like,
Yeah.
they're even, like, said that. And there was actually one scene where, so they go into this escape room, and Ben, he lands on a beach. And literally his lines delivered almost as soon as he hits the ground. And I was like, that was okay.
That's definitely one of those things
like,
where, like,
let him hit the ground, be like, oh God, oh, let him act, and then say it. But no, they're just like, that was weird, or whatever he said. So
they can't act for shit, by the way. Some of these some of these actors, I don't know if it's the actor's fault. I definitely think it's the director's fault. But that girl, the lead girl, what's her, Zoe?
Yes.
She just saw her, I guess, boyfriend or friend die, and she just, like, stood there and just, like, shocked, I guess.
Yes.
And not cry. When, you know, in reality, you'd definitely just be crying and bawling your eyes out.
She seems like a good actress, so I would kind of put that probably on the director's end. I actually did kind of like her in the first one, and, like, it was what they did in the first one was cool. But
you don't really get the time to think in this movie. Not even one bit, where you just, like, in the first one, you're like, oh, wow, they need to do this, or what are they looking for? And then in this one, it's just like, oh, wow, shit, they already found it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we have to do this now? Let's do this. This guy's directed a few things. So he directed the first escape room. It's Adam Robitel. He directed this horror movie called Taking of Deborah Logan, which is actually a decent horror movie, and I can kind of see his style in these two. And then Insidious: The Last Key, which I haven't seen.
It just looked like a Sony movie to me.
Yeah, no, it definitely did. There was one shot near the end with some water and fire with the guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was just, like, way too, like, I don't know,
digital,
heavy. Also, like, it's trying to be too cinematography, like, cool looking, like, when it wasn't. So
it just all looks so, like, everything looked digital.
It
like
did. It reminded me of Spider-Man 2. Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
But let's talk story, I guess, for just a second. So essentially, they go through the escape room. We have these new characters. People get picked off. And at the end, so spoiler alert, it's what's her name's left? Zoe. She's the only one left. And then she puts together, oh, this was trying to tell a story. And they left little breadcrumbs through that. But somebody made a game. They're like, oh, somebody made this game. And it was the girl who we saw die in the first one, Deborah Ann Wall.
Spoiler.
Yeah. Amanda in the first one. She was in Daredevil. She didn't die. And it's like, oh, if you didn't see it, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's because she fell, and it was like, I'm pretty sure I thought, like, oh, she's not dead.
Just like the plot for this movie. It's like, if you didn't see it, it didn't happen.
So that happens. There's a twist. They want Zoe to be a new game maker and make the rooms, and they have Ben hostage, and they save him, and it's like, oh, okay, now they're free, and they expose Minos, but they don't, and it's all a game behind Minos, and they get her on a plane, and it looks like they're continuing the game
from there.
And that I'm sure you picked it up, but, like, the whole thing was the lady she saw on the plane she talked to in the beginning of the movie, and it was like, how are we going to get you on this plane? And so that's how it all came together. And it's like, okay, I see what you're doing. And I'm not going to say it's smart, but it's decent enough to be entertaining. So
I definitely called cap the entire movie with the, like, especially with the very end of it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's like in the first one, they didn't let them escape. They fought their way out. The thing is, like, in that first one, well, yeah, I guess they did in this one too, but it wasn't that easy.
Yeah, a lot of it, like the alternate path that they found, or like them escaping or getting their friend out was, like, easy. Or so it was like, oh, the whole world's an escape room now was kind of the feel. Like, once you're in it, you're locked in.
I'm still deciding whether it's like, I don't know if it was clever or not, but the whole, like, the FBI agent over his shoulder, there was a CCTV camera that was glowing red, and I was like, yeah, this is still part of the game.
Oh yeah, I guess, like, that was almost kind of obvious too. So
Yeah, I don't know if that's clever or if it's not, but
or it was just like an accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if it was, or it was digitally added. I think that would be even funnier.
But it's the whole thing is she's still in the game, and it's just like possibly leading to another sequel, which I don't think this is gonna do well up against Space Jam with like the pandemic era we're in right now, just because
there's not a lot of buzz about this movie.
No, they should have attached the freaking Spider-Man trailer to it. I watched before the trailer that did play that I hadn't seen was the Don't Breathe 2, which is a Sony movie, so I'm going to talk about it in a second. The trailer looks so weird. It doesn't look like anything like the first one, and I'm not really a fan of it. It looks different. It might grow on me, but it looks weird.
I haven't seen it, so I can't tell you.
It's like the guy that's deaf and blind or blind is like you're kind of rooting for him now. Like he's the main character. And the other one, he like really wasn't. He was like, I mean, I don't know. Whatever.
Definitely watch the first one.
You should. I honestly think you might like it. I haven't watched it in forever, but I don't know how well quality wise it is. It's a decent idea, and they do it kind of cool. But back to Escape Room.
There's no way so you know how you talked about how they should have attached the teaser trailer for it.
Yes.
I don't think it would
for Spider-Man.
I really don't think it would have gotten that many views regardless, because it's attached to it, but the thing is they release stuff online now. So.
Yeah, but get early viewing of the Spider-Man trailer and it comes out say on the actual trailer that's played comes out on Saturday, but Thursday, Friday night, go see this.
Well, the thing is, like, they've tried that before, but like literally maybe about a few hours later, they just released it online.
Well, it's like what they did with most recently is what I can remember. It was Fast 9. They attached the Jurassic World Dominion like first look or whatever. But it was only in IMAX too, which was interesting. But
they released a teaser for it online.
That whole
way
thing?
Before that, yeah.
I don't think it was the whole thing.
I don't know. I saw something about it before that.
I think I think it was just the dinosaur part, not the other stuff like the only dinosaur part that we saw.
I don't even know if people actually cared about that movie.
Jurassic World, I don't know, dude. The last one sucks so bad.
Yeah, I know.
But Escape Room, we're getting off track. Overall win, what are your thoughts?
It wasn't a movie that was meant to be good. It wasn't a movie that was also meant to be bad. So I would say it's like right in between. It was very fast, and you didn't really have time to think, and you didn't really have time to just contemplate like where the story's going. But I guess that is the point of the movie.
It just kind of
keeps going. I don't even know if the movie's fun, just because like it got really, really dark. They added acid rain in there. They just started like drowning people. They just electrocuted the first guy. Do we even know some of these people?
No, we didn't know any of these new characters besides Zoe, Ben, and of course the Amanda who was revealed later.
Yeah, and it's kind of insane to me that they all somehow figure it out. Because I almost immediately, because I feel like, you know, when we did Escape Room, like senior year, it was kind of difficult to keep everyone on track. So. Oh
yeah, like I get that they're on edge because they've been through this before. But even in the first one, I was like, I don't think I could do this.
No.
I would have died. But I'd be the one that takes all the credit on the class project while they do their shit. But this one, I would agree. It was really fast paced. It wasn't meant to be good or bad. It was just, if you're a fan of the first one, I think you'll enjoy this one for the most part. Overall, though, I'll give it a rating.
I'm still confused. Wait.
Yes.
So that lady that at the very end.
Yes.
How far did you make it in the first one? I don't remember.
I think she was one of the last 3 or 4.
So that means that they hired this girl because they thought that she could beat the game.
I'm going to say last 3.
That's pointless. Why'd they hire her?
I don't know.
That's so dumb.
I mean, I agree, but
I know what the next twist will be.
What's that?
It's gonna be that guy.
Ben?
Yeah.
It could be.
He's gonna be the one that's behind it all with
I
the
can
plane
see it,
and
man.
whatnot.
The one thing so it ends on a plane. I almost I was like, for sure, as soon as I saw that they were on a plane, for some reason I was like, this is like Final Destination vibes. Like, it's definitely all Cap. So
Yeah.
But let's give it a rating out of 5. There's not really much to talk about this movie, which necessarily isn't a bad thing. It's a fun watch. I wouldn't say go to see the theaters. Maybe wait for it to come out on VOD, but check it out if you were a fan of the first one, at least.
It's a good movie to go watch and not pay attention to.
Yeah.
Like what
not that we didn't pay attention.
Yeah, no, we did. It's just, when you're on a date, for example.
Oh yeah, this is a good little date movie for sure.
Yeah, unless she has a lot of anxiety.
Yeah,
I definitely did get a little bit of anxiety, but at the same time, I was like, I really don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's like
they added lasers now, and I'm like, no.
Oh, that's like the only part that kind of like, I was like, that was intense. So she's like, oh, the shirt melted to your skin or whatever.
That is possible. Laser.
I'm like, oh god, that sucks.
I still like it, while watching the movie. The only thing I could think of is, okay, first of all, who would want to spend this much money on this one event where you're just killing off people
just to see people in terror?
And it's like, I'm gonna assume in real time, it's maybe around 5 hours. Mm-hmm. For the escape room, maybe even less.
Probably they were zooming through this stuff.
They were zooming it, yeah. How much would they spend on that, and how are they not Billions. Like under the radar?
Yeah,
unless somehow they got the whole government a part of it now or something.
I mean, maybe this is essentially, since we were just talking about messed up movies, I feel like this is just the kids' version of Serbian film, because the whole thing with Serbian film was like getting people want to see some up stuff. So
the next step should be making an R rating.
I know, like
people's heads get cut off.
Yeah, like this is just a kiddie Saw is another way to look at it too.
It is basically a better Saw.
Yeah, honestly, these both movies are better than
Saw.
Most of the Saws.
Yeah.
At least
the first one was great.
Yeah, otherwise, yeah, I'd say all the other ones are better than probably all the Saws except the first one. So, but let's give it a rating out of 10. Critical rating. What do you say, Win?
Honestly, I didn't give enough shit about this movie, so I'm just gonna say like 4.5.
Fair. I'm gonna give it a 5, right in the middle. It's good stuff. Like, can't really say anything bad. I mean, you can, but nothing like that hurt my experience.
Nothing
like,
drastic.
Like Fast 9, like the stuff in that, like,
we
hurt my experience. This was just kind of a fun short movie. This wasn't 2.5 hours like Fast 9, and it just went. So
yeah, in Fast 9, people were just talking in theaters. Oh yeah, theater experience. Not a lot of people watched this.
No, there was 4 other people.
Yeah, just about. And we basically, since we didn't have time to think, we didn't even talk.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, okay. Yeah. But yeah, there's not like commentary you can really have between like someone you're watching it with. So
yeah,
but enjoyment.
Like in Fast 9, everyone was talking all around us.
Enjoyment rating, I'm also gonna say a 5. I think it was just, again, right down the middle. It was fun. It was, if you like the first one, watch this one. That's like the most I can say about it. So
I'm gonna say 3.
3. That's fair. Honestly.
Get rid of the whole hologram thing.
Okay.
And like,
I'm gonna write this down because we're gonna start holding ourselves to a standard.
Yep. What do you think the next film is gonna be like?
I think it'll pick up right where we left off.
The plane's gonna be in a studio.
I bet she's actually in the plane. It like crashes, and like, I don't know,
with all those people.
But also, dude, do you think they'll make another one? It's not gonna make its money back.
It's not.
This movie,
Netflix is gonna have to like pick it up or something.
I could see that. Honestly, I would trust Netflix with this. This feels like a Netflix movie.
It does, yeah.
That's a good way to, yeah. But anyways,
if it does pick up from the airplane, does that mean like everyone's like a part of it that's in that plane? Because first of all, before you get in a plane, you have to go through a terminal, and you have to see a lot of people waiting at the benches, basically, before you enter that little bridge thing to the plane. And so that means that at one point you'd have to physically interact with them. So if there were holograms, then you'd probably notice it before you get in the plane. Second of all, you would definitely notice if it was a fake airplane. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that.
I did it. Now we're going to fill this out and probably eventually get a whiteboard and maybe have it behind us.
Yep. So I don't know. This movie is going to get convoluted for sure because of the whole hologram
Oh, yeah. If they
thing
continue it, yes, absolutely.
and the lasers and like it's going to do the Fast and Furious where it's just going to go over the top.
But that's almost... No, that's not what I want them to do.
Are they going to Chris Nolan the plane or something? Like, are they going to have it hooked onto another plane so that like the entire time it's flying? Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, that's our escape room. Couldn't remember the name. Escape room Tournament of Champions review for our big feature film podcast this week. Overall, I'd say watch it. The only thing I can say again is go watch if you like the first one. If not, wait for it. And otherwise, though, that's been the Big Feature Film Podcast. Like if you enjoyed. Comment down below. Did you watch the first escape room? Did you enjoy it? Let us know about down below. Also, movie recommendations, please. Love them. We'll have a movie recommendation. And subscribe if you want to see more like this. We've been the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
Elena.
That's Win. And thank y'all for watching. We love movies. We love y'all. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
She has a long neck.